Yep,
I
this
wasn't
is where
sure
we
how
generally
long
wait
delay
for
was.
the stream.
There we go. There's the one. Let's say that. Both going for the Link's House play, and a little bit of pocket money there.
Oh
Thanks,
yes,
Grant.
the single rupee, which is probably even more useless than the single arrow.
I guess get it out of the way soon.
Yeah, that's a good rationale. Looks like Jet is going to.
Yeah.
Okay, he's doing a
This is the thing.
pull.
Picking up the sign does more damage, so actually eLmaGus saving a little bit, and definitely a slower walk up to the soldiers, but the sign one shots, so a nice pickup there.
Oh, silvers!
Okay. Great. Yeah, why not?
Well,
Silvers.
our uncle had a great idea when he went in. He just didn't get very far.
As well as this, we have eLmaGus actually very luckily getting a bomb from killing the soldiers there as well. So, unless we powder, hello. Unless we see
It's powder,
another set
man.
of bombs.
It's powder. It's good. It's good stuff.
Dang, healthy for you. Unless we see like a bomb pickup either in the Lost Woods, eLmaGus might have hit himself quite a nice another bomb there as well, which he refuses to pick up. There we go. So a bomb pickup for Jet as well. So nice and even now between the two.
So we got a little bit of a route divergence here. eLmaGus heading on into the Lost Woods. Jet looks like he's probably going to check lumberjacks. I missed what was over there in the Lost Woods.
I goes up to try and get some bombs from the little spider. Lumberjack ledge, so nothing special there. Another heart piece as well in the thieves' den. What? No, he's not a thieves' den. What is that guy? I just always thought he was a thief. I know it's probably just judging. I'm sorry, man. In cave, in house, in woods.
Yeah. We have an indication there. Well, checking lumberjack early doesn't necessarily tell you if Aghanim is required definitively, but it can give you a pretty good idea. However, we're very clear that we will not need to kill Aghanim to get whatever item is in the tree, because it's just a piece of fart. Meanwhile, eLmaGus heading down into the blind side out here. And this is usually a spot where we find some significant item haul. Let's see what we get here.
Money. A heart. Money. Go on. Ooh.
Shovel!
We're gardening now, boys. And girls.
I'm gonna dig up a dirty item today. Dirty item.
Oh, Phantom Ryu.
I heard you like fetch quests.
I can understand why Blind would just, put that away, not knowing that it's helpful. Just shoving everything in the back regardless. Bless her.
So eLmaGus skipping the well because he's out of bombs.
Ooh,
but he does find a Fisher Price sword.
You like that? Also, yeah, deciding not to pick up the speak to the bottle merchant, because obviously he needs 50 for these bombs, and that is the bigger decision here. One item for 5, which is available in that well, which is nice, and also he's got the chicken shed here as well. So for some reason, Jet's got a bazillion bombs. Did I miss something?
Don't know.
There you go.
All right, we're finding a decent amount of love so far in this seed, but we don't have any progressing items just yet. But that's gotta be Kane! Kane of Samaria in the well in Kakariko. And Moon Pearl
as well. God, that's worth it. Not a bad Kakariko so far, honestly. I mean,
no.
not a whole host of stuff, but a sword, Cane of Samaria, and the Moon Pearl. I'll take it.
Without a doubt. And just when I was saying, don't have too much stuff sitting here in Kakariko yet, Kakariko says, "Hold my beer and watch this."
Hold my beer. Yeah, like it. Sword there for Jet as well. They're both going to be happy with that haul. Okay, so library, always a nice check. So far, I mean, it's basically standard stuff in terms of route from both players. Bombs in the library. What an explosive read!
Yeah, we're not coming back for that.
Okay, what we got here on race as well is just the big 20.
There's more of those than anything else. And normally you would see our runners save and quit here, but because we found the shovel, eLmaGus is going to head over there and see what we can dig up, literally.
Nice. See,
I'm a father. I got bad jokes for days.
My only wish is when you come into the grove here. Oh, a bottle. That's quite nice. It might have to bring them. I don't think they'll go straight back to Kakariko now, but it will bring them back at some point because that opens up Sick Kid for them as well. Probably do the regular play down to the dam and do Southern Hyrule, the mini Moldorm Cave, the kind of usual spots you check. And based on that, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, okay, all right. I was going to say, but remember, remember that they do have a sword now, and they've not gone down into Hyrule Castle dungeon, so that may be the next play after the mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah.
Oh.
Indeed. Okay.
We've yet to have a map check, so we have no clue as to the distribution of pendants and crystals in this seed so far.
Yeah.
Just a big 20, a soggy big 20. And love in the swamp. Lots of love in the seed so far. That bodes well for our runners.
They've got a healthy relationship with this seed so far. Oh, hello. Saying that, I'm getting a bit crabby, isn't he? Okay, so simple stuff. I know everyone knows this now, but when I first saw someone just walk along the bottom edge of these like that, I think I burst a blood vessel in stress because I didn't know that at one point in my life.
What?
Oh, dear.
You mean the whole time I could have done that? God,
wasted 50 bombs that just kept missing you. Nothing from the dude.
No.
Wow. What is... Okay, sure.
All right. No hype.
And hearts.
Absolutely zero hype at this point so far.
Hey, we got Kane. It's okay, Kane. I still love you.
I meant for the mini Moldorm Cave.
Oh, wow.
Because, we have that one cave in the Dark World that we call Hype Cave. But in the latest versions hasn't really lived to the hype of its name. But mini Moldorm Cave had been kind of the new hype cave, but not this seed. This seed says...
This is actually quite dangerous here for eLmaGus. He's had to go the long way around and just play a little bit cautiously, just because these crabs do about 50 billion damage, give or take. Yeah,
with green mail, these basic enemies do 2 hearts of damage, which is ridiculous. But
so there you go. We're fine now. Blue mail for both players. Very nice. Okay, so with the early excess of health, and then you'll notice Jet actually has 1 more heart. That's because Jet's picked up a few more.
There's our first check. So I saw a crystal at Tower of Hera. I didn't see the rest.
Eastern Palace was the red pendant, and it was, again, another pendant, another crystal for desert. Whether or not it was a red or regular crystal, I did not notice, but I did see the red on the right side for the pendant Eastern. So
this is V26 and V27 technically, and in V27, if it's a pendant Eastern, you're going into pendant Eastern.
Probably, yeah. It would make
All right.
it would be a good idea. Arrows.
Man,
So
very
Sahasrara fancy himself an archer, eh?
yeah. Sahasrara's closet, though, not yielding any more progression items. You got to think at this point, our runners are probably heading on into Eastern. It looks like both of them are. Remember, though, that at this moment, the only locations they can check by the logic at this point are Eastern Palace, Dungeon, Hyrule Castle Dungeon, Sick Kid, and Agana's Cave. That's it. Those are the only options available to our runners right now, at least with the logic. Obviously, both of these runners can probably get through Eastern Palace without needing the lamp, but that was not how the items are placed according to the logic. Sometimes being able to do dark rooms can be a sequence break that helps you. Sometimes, however, it can lead you on a wild goose chase. But there's the magic mirror.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Very nice indeed. Yeah, you want to get that one. It'll make dealing with the mirror makes dealing with a lot of dungeons nice and easy, and especially ones you have to backtrack through. So it's good in terms of just generally speeding up certain dungeons, but also the flexibility between Dark World and Light World is really, really handy. And getting that early on, especially when you make your first entrances into Dark World, will be kind of important.
So both of our runners essentially, I mean, we got close to complete sync here. This is if it stays this way, this is going to be a heck of a finish here.
Obviously, at this stage, players are very, very strong, and their execution has been improving over the course of the tournament. But I think these are the kind of stages when given options and decisions to make, whose routing decisions are just better or just luckier, really. In terms of like where you go as a whole, that's where it's just about luck. But maybe like incorporating things like multiple checks into one particular direction, that's kind of where you'll kind of hope to see some impressive routing. And also, yes, I do say route and not route, just in case you hear the difference between the two, between both you and myself, just as a heads up.
Geez, could that be because one of us is American and the other is British, possibly?
It's a bit of a far-fetched call. I don't know about that one.
How'd I figure that one out? But wow, the sync here is real, ladies and germs.
There we go. Bosh, bang, boom. That's it. They are done with that. So 50 rupees mirror, and I didn't see if they caught. Did I just say I couldn't hear if they caught? I couldn't see if they caught their third item there.
That was the second. So Armos Knights has an item.
Okay.
And both of them are heading on into escape, so the sync will continue.
Yeah. So at this point, we've got ourselves a mirror, got ourselves a moonpole, we've got ourselves a sword. Now, this is the kind of point when you start hope to see some items and not another. If our players maybe pick up, I don't know, a hammer and a glove, we might be all right. If they pick up a very lovely looking red cape,
or just the master sword.
Oh, that's well, isn't it? Yeah, that is the other option.
So we shall see. If you want to try this later on today, because at 1500, 3 p.m. Eastern Time is the standard weekly rando race on Speedruns Live. This is where you will start out. This is the escape. So this is open mode randomizer, where our runners did not have to do the escape first, but in standard mode you do.
Yeah.
So
another caveat to that is that you do not get the sword given to you. So a sword is somewhere out there, which is, I think, perhaps outside of not being forced to do the escape, is perhaps the exciting part of open, having to deal with until you find that sword, which is the most conventional way of attacking, having to deal with enemies and situations using just the arsenal provided.
You may call it interesting. Some of us call it frustrating.
Whichever your preference is, sir.
Yeah. All right, so it's time for hashtag Things in Zelda's Chest. Today we have the Power Glove.
That is a nice find, and decides to peace out here. Jet might just make his way through. eLmaGus is going to go for the back play. He's going to just pick up one of the stones, push open the grave, and jump down into the backside of the escape, and kind of miss out on that central area. But I think Magus is quite proficient at going backwards through the jobby, the sewer thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
English. Find
Well,
you, please.
Jet is going to actually have access to one more item because not certain that eLmaGus can get to the dark item this way. The escape sewers yields red mail,
Very
but
nice.
not much else.
So he's got the key from the backside that he can go round. He does have a setup, I believe, for this.
All right, we have no idea what item Jet just picked up.
Whatever it was, yay! So unfortunately, because eLmaGus realized that he didn't have a bonus key on the other side, I think he's managed to kind of get in this way, which is a little bit faster because Jet got caught, I think, because he didn't have a key to get through.
Chat helping us out, saying that the key that the chest in the dark over here was just rupees, so no big finds yet. So by the logic, the locations that are open to our runners right now are only Sick Kid, Agana's Cave, and Zora. However, they do have the Power Glove, and one or both of our runners may decide to make the trek up to Death Mountain, Sans Lamp.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the Death Mountain play with no lamp is one of the sequence breaks they can do. The other one, as you said, was Zora, but they can get up there via the fake flippers, which would also give them access to Waterfall Cave as well, which again is a sequence break. Is not intended by the logic, but it is a possibility. Jet making the Death Mountain play, eLmaGus going for the Sick Kid, wanting to stay on route just now, or on logic right now.
We'll see if this turns out to be a good or a bad decision, but this sequence break just bombs from the Sick Kid. This sequence break for Jet will give him access to Tower of Hera, and as long as the Hera basement is not required, he can complete his first crystal dungeon right now.
See, I know eLmaGus is going down to Agana Cave now as well, but I think at this point he kind of knows it's going to be a progression item for him. It's got to be something that will either push him through to Aga, or something that will be able to get him either into the Dark World or, canonically up to Death Mountain.
And the way that this could turn out to be problematic for Jet is if the lamp is here in Agana's Cave, and there is a progression item in Tower of Hera basement that could really turn out to be bad for Jet.
Mm-hmm. So far, no items, but as you said, he can make his way through to Tower of Hera. Okay, here we go. Making that play on Agana. Jet not on. There's the Titans mitts. We're going to Dark World, boys and girls.
Titans.
That's the play.
And
also,
as you
Jet did not do a Dark World check either, so I don't know what is currently about in Dark World just yet, but we will soon.
Yeah, and just as we were talking about earlier, sometimes a sequence break. Jet is doing a sequence break here. Sometimes it can help you out. I think perhaps in this particular seed, eLmaGus's choice to go to Agana's Cave and get the Titan's mitts and actually follow the logic could be a huge decision here for him.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely the thing. Is when you do sequence break, you have to be aware that the things that you are getting may not be directly helpful to you, because they're things that you can only get after you can reach a certain point. There was the map check. eLmaGus has noticed that there's a green pendant for Thieves Town, which would make it a very tasty check. Because you get the 4 items in there. It's not too long a dungeon. Quite easy. And you also get the green pendant.
Yeah, but this is version 27, which means you do Skull Woods early.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And that is exactly what eLmaGus is doing here.
Progression attachment rate, like 70-odd% or something.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous like that.
A bottle with a nice fairy in it. Lovely.
All right, well, that's one of the 2 items that can be in Skull Woods, so...
Helpful, at least, if making a longer campaign through a dungeon. As we've got Jet making his way up to Moldorm. It is a... I believe Hera is a crystal, and it was Eastern Palace that was the pendant, just for the...
Yes.
Tracker's sake.
That's correct. Now, I did not see